Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a book review on the trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'm in a different location right now. It's my sister's room. And I'm also filming on my phone for a little like lo-fi vibe, but I'm in my sister's room because it's just, I thought it was a better place to film just so I'll be undisturbed during this review. So I will not necessarily be going over the individual books themselves, but more my thoughts and feelings on the trilogy as a whole. Now a little bit of background. I did watch the movies before reading the books, as I'm sure a lot of people have when it comes to reading The Lord of the Rings. And so I grew up with the Lord of the Rings story, but I've never really had a very firm grasp on what was going on, because I've only ever seen the movies before reading the books as a kid. And because it was kind of nostalgic for me, I was just like, you know what, why not go all out fantasy and read the books? And if you have watched the movies and are considering reading the books, or if you just want to read the books in general, I would highly recommend reading this trilogy. I very much enjoyed reading this trilogy because I feel like I connected a lot more to what was actually going on with the characters and the plot and stuff, and then I watched the movies after reading the books, and I just connected with it a lot more. So about the book, it's basically just one long journey, and it's an older series, so the storytelling is told a little bit more traditionally, and it's less contemporary, if that makes sense. It's very just it's just a very classic storytelling vibe. It was very almost calming to read, almost meditative, because it was just oh, yeah, even the battle scenes and the action parts were calm. And because of that, it can be kind of slow to read. It took me probably 2 years in whole to finish the entire series, because I read the first book and then took a really long break, and then I binge read the last 2 books during quarantine. But yeah, because it's so calm and just very flowy kind of, and also detailed. It's extremely detailed. Wow, it's detailed. And this can honestly, the amount of details in these books can either make or break someone when they're reading this. And I'm somewhere in the middle. The details were nice sometimes. I really enjoyed details about the characters, especially the main group of characters, and also sometimes the nature and the scenery, but sometimes it could just be extended for way too long, and it's just alright, okay. And there was also a lot of details about the history of Middle Earth as well. So if you're really into world building and the attention to detail, honestly, these are the books for you. I very much respected the world building and the attention to detail. But honestly, there were just points that I was just not immersed at all, and I was just okay, I'm just going along for the ride. I'm just waiting until we get back to this storyline, or till we get back here. Again, the thing that I enjoyed the most were the characters, especially the main group, the Fellowship, basically. I think that's the squad of, the hobbits, the Gandalf, Strider, the main characters that were in the movie. I just love all the characters' interactions, and just Sam and Aragorn, and you just can't get the dynamics that the characters have in these books with other books, if that makes sense. It's good. But even though there were a lot of details and it was a lot to read sometimes, I still consider this a very stable trilogy. Of all of the books, I think I liked the last one the best. It had a good mix of going on a journey, slowness kind of vibe, and also action, and also character development. I feel it had the best test of the characters, and it was also more emotional for me. I like those emotions. I also think it was just because it was the ending of the trilogy, because I'm kind of sadistic like that, where I always like the end book of a trilogy better than all the rest. I don't know why. This happens with every series. I don't know. I guess I'm just weird like that, but I did think Return of the King was the better one, and my least favorite one would have to be The Two Towers, because it's the one with the most detail, I think, the most like drawn out periods of action and basically just like riding a horse through a field. Like, it has more dragged out periods of those two things. But yeah, the second was still enjoyable. I just can't really remember what happened. So overall, I would give this trilogy a 4 out of 5 stars. It's definitely worth the read, but just prepare yourself for the details. But if you like that, that's good too. I hope you guys really enjoyed this review. I'll probably be doing more lo-fi kind of book reviews like this from now on, because I just kind of like the vibe more. It's better than just setting up a camera, getting ready, and all that. But yeah, I really hope you guys liked it, and I will see you next time.